What's up guys, it's your boy Zion and I'm bringing another Binding of Isaac video. This time we're going to be running through as Samson, so let's just double check this isn't an XL. So the way Samson works is you have 6 ticks of damage that you can take every floor that basically go ahead and give you extra damage. So by getting hurt and losing health, you gain more damage. Oh god, this could be good. As long as these speeders don't wreck me. But we ended up getting a first floor devil deal, which we weren't really trying to do. This has just kept teleporting me with every chest, and we didn't get anything from our first floor devil deal, but we do need to tank a little bit more damage. Now, Samson's a really high risk, high reward character. He can kind of steamroll, especially if you find ways to make it so that you can tank damage later, or tanking damage doesn't ruin your chances at devil deals and you can continue getting devil deal items. Samson's absolutely amazing, but it's one of those, you want to kind of play it like loose and fast and use all your health to get extra damage, but you also don't want to die. So this is going to be one of those all-in moves for us because we're on a 4-win streak. One more and I believe we get an achievement for going ahead and winning one game on 5 different characters in a row. So we really want to make sure we go ahead and we cinch this win up. But we also want to go ahead and have our extra damage as Samson. So let's go ahead and try to get through here and not make too many risky plays. We're probably not going to do any sacrifice room bullshit like we typically do to go ahead and move down, and we're just going to go for simple unlocks, which means that for the most part we're just going to the heart unless something amazing happens. But that's about all we really need. I didn't see any tinted rocks. Mind you, we don't have a bomb either. So I want to go ahead and make 5 cents so we can make an arcade on the next floor, because if we can get an arcade and find some way to get a soul heart, then we'll be set, because temperance machines are going to be our best friends. They'll go ahead, they won't lower our devil deal chance, they'll proc our extra damage, give us money, all around the best thing ever. And if we can find the IV bag, it'll be even better. So Little Horn's not too bad of a basement boss, especially if he decides to go ahead and sit on the fire like he was just doing. But when he decides to be an absolute pain in the ass and throw shit everywhere, he's not as much fun. But he's almost dead. Hopefully we get something good. I would love a magic mush, or Mr. Squeezy would be nice, because since Samson has built-in damage into his kit and his special abilities, tier rate's something that we really want. Blood Clot. It's not exactly the best. We're going to go ahead and pick up our health so we can tank some on the next floor. But Blood Clot is definitely not the best. Now we have to be really careful here because we won our devil deal, so we can't jump into the secret room right away, but we also can't get our extra damage. So we have to go ahead and play this safe. Hopefully we can either find our item room or our boss really quickly. I'm actually preferring that we find our boss first so we can just run through that and get our devil deal out the way and then come tank everything else looking for the item room. So we managed to go ahead and get our 5 cents right there. Doesn't really help because that means there's not going to be an arcade here. There's a tinted rock there that I can't get to. But let's go ahead and just try to kite these guys around. We found our item room, so that could potentially pay out really well for us. And if it gives me anything that gives soul hearts or any kind of evil up, anything at all, would be really nice to have. But this room's really not bad. The blood clot, even though it only procs on one eye, is a decent enough damage up that it's helping us clear things out pretty quickly and basically one-shot flies. So especially now in basement, that's about all you really want to ask for. We don't want to take this pill because potentially it could be a bad trip and ruin our devil deal chances. So let's go ahead, we'll jump in the item room. Not exactly what we were looking for. Charm tiers. So they can go one of 2 ways. They can either charm enemies into running into each other and basically like trying to kill each other, or they can charm enemies into like continuously trying to run into you. It's not a good item. It's not exactly what we were looking for. There's no real extra added benefit to it. But thank God we made it to our boss. We still haven't tanked any damage. We haven't gotten hit yet. We should, if we can make it through Ragman without going ahead and taking any hits, we'll be able to get a Devil Deal, and that might be able to turn everything around. Could you imagine having an Abaddon or something early here? Would make this run so much easier. And it's especially since we really aren't going too far. We don't need tons and tons and tons of damage. However, it always helps, and it's one of those things. I'd take a high damage, low tier rate run any day of the week as opposed to a high tier rate, no damage, soy milk type run. Ragman here is going down pretty easy. We have one more Spooter to deal with. Haven't gotten hit yet, and if Ragman just wants to take a few more shots, it would be awesome. So there he goes. We got the belly button. Still not what we want, but it's something. So let's go ahead. We'll jump in the Devil Deal. All right. How are we going to play this? I want Dark Bum. So I want Dark Bum. We unlocked Krampus, which is good. We're going to take Dark Bum, the Mark, and we're going to take Lord of the Pit. I don't think I grabbed any of these red hearts. So with that, we have Flying, and Dark Bum's going to make us some more health. So if we can go back and full clear this, we should be good, especially since, oh, you asshole, trying to get me killed, spawn a spider when I'm not looking. We could potentially find our secret room. So it's not going to be here. There's the Tinted Rock for a little bit of extra health. There's another one here, but Telepills takes me back to the boss. Awesome, cool, really awesome, not annoying at all. But let's go ahead and pop our pills, see what they do. No bad trip. Luck down I can deal with. We still can't go into the curse room because we have no health. So let's see. Our super secret can't be there. It can't be here on the corner. I don't even think I'm going to look for it, to be honest. I'm just going to take the soul heart from the Tinted Rock and we're going to move on. We have 8 cents, so we'll get a temperance machine on the next floor. Hopefully we can find health up to get some red health to go ahead and tank away. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with how things are going. Even though we haven't really been able to proc Samson's extra damage, we haven't been in a situation where we really need to. I really would love something to go with this, because as much as I like the Flying and I like Dark Bum and the Mark, we got a little bit of damage, we got some survivability, and all around utility. We might have to check out the shop since we got that dime to drop. Thank you, RNGesus, trying to give me something, anything. So if we could find decent trinket, another soul heart, even just for the added security, would be awesome. But for right now, I don't want to go in there. Don't want to go in the big room. So sacrifice pit, spacebar item would be really cool. So let's see. I was trying to avoid a big room of some sorts, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Let's go for the L room. There's a challenge room as well, so we should be able to go into that. Hopefully our challenge room has cricket, anything. Literally anything. Like I'll take anything. But we'll go ahead and make our way through this room. Flying makes this room a hell of a lot easier. We can actually keep up with the flies and just keep going, and got lucky. So one of those flies that explode just unlocked our secret room for us. So key and a key beggar. Tempting, but don't want it. This is potential. So we got a lot more health. We have a low but decent chance at a Devil Deal. And we had a chance at Gup. We had to go for it. There's no not going for it when you have a chance at Gup. So I'm excited, and range up. Range up isn't bad. The I'm excited is going to be a pain in the dick, because I'm pretty sure it makes enemies harder to fight. It absolutely seems like these guys have a much bigger range on their attacks, because typically that's like not a threat at all, and right now I have to watch where I'm stepping on half the room away. So let's go ahead, clear this out. So far it hasn't been anything too tough. Their shot speed's insane, so if we could avoid going ahead and getting hit, be awesome. I really want to just make sure I can save as much health as possible. We're gonna do it. So we'll only get hit once going in and out of the curse rooms now that we have Flying, which isn't bad at all. Secret room can't be there. We already found the one, so the next one's probably over by the boss. Let's see, this big room isn't that bad. They're just flies, so 1-2 hits and they pop. We just gotta dodge their extra tears, which really wasn't bad. Dark Bone, hurry up! Come on! So an extra soul heart to make up for the one we lost. Oh, proptosis. There's our damage. There's what we wanted. There's all the shit we wanted. That's literally it. So let's go ahead. We'll check out the shop. Jar of flies will be really nice. So let's go ahead. We'll take that and move on with our life. The jar of flies, essentially for every enemy we kill, it'll add a fly in the jar up to 20. So it'll be twice our damage or 2.5 times our damage. I always forget which multiplier the flies are on, but it makes it so they're absolutely amazing spacebar item to have, especially if we can find hive mind or something along those lines to make those flies hit even harder. So right now you see, since he wants to go ahead and spawn all these leeches and fill this room up with people that really want to kill me, I'm going to go ahead and just sit on this rock and try not to take a ton of damage. Because for right now, even though we've taken a little bit of damage, it just added to what we deal back out. However, I also don't want to lose all these hearts going into the next floor. So we're managing to keep 3 hearts together here. Not too bad. We have a full jar and we have red health. So, god damn you. Lots of soul hearts on the ground. Really going to be a nice build to go ahead and tank some damage here. I wish we had more red health damage, or red health in general, so we could tank that. Shit! There's an extra soul heart there. So, Dark Bum, do your thing. Please give me a heart. Cool. We have a red heart, so if we get a temperance machine and some hearts on the ground, we could make some damage. Jump into our kit, but it's not anything we really need. We'll pop our jar of flies just because it's full, and we really have to work on building that back up. The challenge room shouldn't be anything too bad. Chubb, the boss we literally just fought, is an absolute joke now. Hopefully, Peeper's not too bad. We just have to dodge his eyes, which are more annoying than anything else, and he goes down instantly. So the extra tier rate and everything else makes it so we do pretty well in the way of room clears. So let's see. We got one more exploding fly and an asshole who shoots tears everywhere. So we're going to avoid getting tear shot at us, but pick up an extra bomb. If we can find a tinted rock, shit would be awesome. Small rock, literally anything could go with this build. Right now we have a lot of potential with this proptosis, but we could really use a little bit of range, or lump of coal would be actually really nice, especially since we just unlocked Krampus. So we still have a 33% chance for a devil deal. Nothing too crazy, but if we can just keep consistently making it to our deals, we'll have plenty of resources and plenty of extra items to go ahead and make this build worthy to go fight Mom's Heart with. So, didn't find our item room. Let's backtrack for that real quick. I don't think I'm going to full clear because we're going to try to rush this and hopefully get boss rush. Actually, I don't think we'll be able to because we're still on caves, and I'm pretty sure I have to make it there within 15-20 minutes to Mom's Foot. So unless we get anything crazy going, I don't think we're making boss rush, but we managed to pull a decent enough run out. I'm pretty confident I can go ahead and make it to the heart and have a 5-win streak with this. But let's go ahead and not count our chickens yet before we actually make it through here. We're not getting much in the way of resources, but we can definitely clear rooms fast. We have decent damage. Chemical peel. All right, another damage up. Not too significant, but it is a damage up. I'm not going to look for my secret room, even though I have a feeling it's right here. Nope. All right, cool. Really not going to look for it. We'll take the fish head. Let's see what else we can find. We're going to go into our boss. Hopefully we get something. If we can find one more scent, we might check out the shop, but I don't want to backtrack too much. So let's see. We'll go Gertie, easy boss. Especially with Charm Tears, she's going to basically attack the thing she spawns and not actually attack us. Plus, you can just sit up behind her here and she's just gonna spawn things and not be able to attack you. So really, really easy boss to take care of. Already gone. And we managed to go ahead and get some more shot speed. So not too bad. Death will help us clear our next floor, but let's go ahead and try to speed this up a little bit so we can make it to our boss rush potentially. Don't need you to have plenty of resources. Big room with death card. Sax, come on. What you got for me? Stars. Take me straight in. Tractor beam's nice. Controlled tears, it's going to basically let us shoot clear across the room, and we'll be able to redirect tears instantly. So really cool item to go ahead and have. All right, super speed this. I could potentially bomb out of this room, but no point. Which way to our boss? I think it's going to be left. Mind you, I have no idea. I'm usually shit at reading maps. However, I have a feeling it's going to be over here. So, let's see if we can... Damn. Would have liked that battery, even though it doesn't really do anything in case we get a better spacebar item. But I'll go ahead and I'll take this. We'll grab the penny over here and keep moving on. Bomb's nice. You could potentially be more health. Extra soul heart. We're almost at max health here, and we don't really have to worry about spawners anymore, so we managed to make it to war. We do enough damage that he's already off his horse, and we can kind of just sit back and relax for the time being. He can't even contest with us. 2 orbitals is really nice. I wish we had gotten a devil deal, but how are we doing on time? All right, time-wise, 15 minutes. I think I have 5 minutes to clear this floor, so we'll go ahead and we'll do this boss challenge room. I kind of want to get this cube of meat in there. They're at a really weird positioning for how my orbitals are spaced out, but Monster 2.0 is real easy. He has a bunch of health, but really doesn't have any risk of hitting us or doing any damage to us, so we can go ahead and relax for 2 seconds and take care of him. Plus, at this point, I might actually just tank some health. I think that's what we're going to do. So that's 1. 1. We'll have 2 when we leave this room. 2. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Some max damage. Now we can really fly through here. The mom fight should be absolute cake. And we're going to keep a full jar in case we do get to the boss rush in time. That should have hit me. Like, I should have gotten hurt there. But, arcade, nothing I really want. Or nothing I really want to waste time on. I have a guaranteed devil deal. This room's going to be the death of me. Thank God we have giant tears. Got more unlocks, but let's keep it moving. So, essentially right now, we almost one-shot everything. We'll take the second to let Dark Bum eat these hearts because we need a little bit of extra health up. There's our item room, not bad. We found that in pretty decent time. And we almost have enough money to go into our shop. We're going to spend some of these bombs re-rolling because there's absolute better things to do. I still want to make it to our boss rush though, so we're not going to spend too much time. Come on. Alright, I guess we're stuck taking the black bean. Wasn't anything we really wanted, but don't want to do anything here, so we'll just keep moving forward, save our money, and make it to the next floor. Our boss should be coming up here in a few rooms. Spawner, please. Managed to get 1 night head off. God damn. Alright. Joker? Nope. Ace of clubs. Okay. That's not going to help us too much. It'll basically just convert everything that drops on the floor into bombs. Mother, please. I don't see any tinted rocks either. So, caffeine pill will give us a little bit of extra speed, which we really don't need. We'll pop our pill, which was a health up, so we'll be able to take any devil deal, really. I think I'm going to keep my jar of flies, but we'll take the missing page just because we got boss rush. So let's see, anything worth having? Halo flies. Not really anything I want. I guess we'll take the dog tooth and just bark in the moon for a second. We have to be careful of bloat. However, with the amount of damage that we actually have, he's not too hard to deal with. And actually, I don't think that was bloat. That was just a champion peeper. Gate. We'll save Pin for later because he's not really a threat. Or actually, a couple shots and he should go down. There's them done. Cool. We're on to war. This isn't a bad boss rush at all, especially with as much damage as we have. These bosses are relatively easy to clear. Polyphemus isn't bad. We managed to take both of them out. Let's take Dingle here out. Plus, our Dark Bum's just basically running around picking up free hearts to give us. So we potentially have almost infinite health here. I would love to find piercing of some sort. So the dark one is basically just going to run right at us. Come on, asshole. What else we got? There's Bloat. Bloat's one of the worst bosses in the game who brims everywhere, and basically you have to be above him to avoid anything. Fistula shouldn't be bad. We have decent enough damage to where we can actually clear things before they get really out of control. Who else is left? Monstro. I think we're almost done. I can't imagine we have too many more waves of this. We're going to take out the Fallen first because we want to take Haunt 101 and don't really want to have to deal with tons of Brim, and Haunt's not going to have too much health. Let's see. Adversary's got to go. So you got to go. Pick up some extra health. Cage isn't too bad, especially Champion Cage. We unlock the Necropolis. That's interesting. Okay. We're gonna stay out here where Mega Fatty really can't hit us, and then we can deal with Larry because Larry's an absolute joke. And we do have pseudo piercing. The way Proptosis works is because our tears are so big, and I believe it's Proptosis and not Polyphemus, that since our tears are so big, they basically hit, and then if they kill something, they just keep going. Alright, so we can deal with Widow in a second. Little Horn had to go just because he was going to be an ass about fucking everything. We'll take Death out because Death is really annoying, especially once he goes ahead and starts spawning scythes and slowing everything down. The Gurglings have like no health and aren't really bad. Where's Death's horse? Gertie will be a cakewalk. Like, really, at this point, we have a really, really overpowered run. Or I shouldn't say overpowered, it's relatively overpowered, but we have Samson's Chain. Don't want an Eternal Heart because I really don't even want... Actually, you know what? We're going to take the Book of Belial and then pick our Jar of Flies up because I really don't want any red health. And then we can go down, especially now. We have to be careful because we can't tank damage so much because everything now is going to be a full heart of damage as opposed to half a heart. So we can potentially run through all our health really quickly. Who else we got? Hopefully our boss is over here. We don't really have the best Devil Deal chance. So fingers crossed we get something because there's always a better thing to add to any build. Let's see. Key Lover's card isn't bad. Pop that. We'll save that Soul Heart because Daddy Longlegs is all RNG based. He could potentially wreck me. Don't drop your face on me. Don't drop your face on me. Alright. So, didn't get wrecked by Daddy. Placenta's going to screw us up a little bit, but it's worth taking. Ace of Clubs is cool if we can find a room where there's some decent drops. I'm almost positive I get an item room on this floor, but not sure. So let's just backtrack, take 2 seconds to clear everything out. The hearts aren't bad, especially since the main thing that hurts you when you have the hearts is the masks. But let's just keep on moving. I keep forgetting to go ahead and actually pop my jar of flies to have that little extra room clear and boss damage, but at this point we really don't need it. These segmented enemies are going to give us decent flies though. So let's see. Don't really want to gamble, nor do I really have the money to gamble. At this point I've gone ahead, I full cleared basically everything. So if we were going to get an item room, I'm pretty sure we would have already gotten it by now. So let's just move on. Please teleport me to my devil deal. Didn't do it? Cool. Awesome. Way to go. There's really no point in full clearing from this point on. We just want to get this basically wrapped up because we don't really need anything. Is this open for me? Challenge room with 2 gold chests, why not? Bob's Rotten Head, don't want it. Chubb, please go away. Please. This wouldn't have been a bad room to go ahead and use our Ace of Spades on, especially just to get bombs. We don't really need them, but we can get through here relatively quickly, and everything is basically just going to give us batteries. I don't know why this run. We've been pretty lucky. They've given us batteries for literally everything. Ooh, and I have a Tears Up in my pool. That's nice to know. It's a little late, but still really nice to know we had. Cool. Grab our soul hearts and just move on. Here we come, Mom. There we go. So, Scarred Womb. If I'm not mistaken, this is where we actually fight our heart. So we managed to tank 1 hit. Power Pill. Range up is nice, especially with IV bags. Okay. Didn't really want it, but okay. Or I should say the blood bag, not the IV bag. We would love the IV bag. But let's just keep looking for our boss right now. Polycephalus. What? So with our range, it'll basically make it so our damage fall off on Poly isn't going to go ahead and proc as often. You might as well come here. There we go. We'll proc our Temperance Machine here just to get some damage up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And then Placenta's actually going to proc and give us everything we could ever want with some regen. Here's our boss and the end of the run. It lives and it should be dead in like 2 seconds. Bye, Mom. So that's going to be the end of the run, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, a comment, a favorite, and subscribe. Wow, subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys later. Peace.